I've always believed that marriage is built on trust, respect, and open communication. I thought my wife and I had that. We laughed together, supported each other, raised our children, and shared a life I thought was solid. I was wrong. It happened one ordinary evening. I had been working late, my mind focused on deadlines and responsibilities. When I returned home, the house was quiet. Too quiet. I assumed she was on the phone or in another room. I started making dinner, moving around the kitchen, when I overheard a muffled conversation from the living room. I froze. At first I thought she was on a call with a friend, but then the words reached me, sharp, cutting, unmistakable. "He's pathetic, a joke. I don't know why I'm even with him," she said, laughing softly, as if she were sharing some private secret. I couldn't believe it. I stood there gripping the counter, heart pounding, mind spinning. Did she really just say that about me? The woman I had trusted, loved, and supported for years had called me pathetic. A joke, a disappointment. I didn't storm into the room. I didn't confront her immediately. I just listened, silent, letting the words sink in, letting the truth of her disregard reveal itself fully. She continued speaking, oblivious to my presence, mocking my job, my hobbies, my personality, everything I thought was respected and valued in our marriage. The betrayal cut deeper than I imagined it could, not because of infidelity, not because of absence, but because of disrespect, mockery from the person who should have been my partner, my confidant, my ally. I spent the next few hours in quiet reflection. Anger surged, yes, but I realized that rage alone wouldn't solve anything. The most powerful response was clarity. Observation, preparation, understanding that the foundation of our marriage was already fractured in ways I hadn't noticed until now. Over the next few days, I began to notice patterns I had ignored. The subtle eye rolls, the hidden sighs, the secretive phone calls. Her words that night weren't a one-off. They were the culmination of years of subtle disregard and disdain. I made a conscious decision. I would not be controlled by hurt, by shame, by anger. I documented what I could, prepared myself mentally and emotionally, and started planning a path forward that prioritized my dignity, my self-respect, and my future. When I finally confronted her, I did it with calm authority. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, I didn't plead. I simply stated what I had heard, how it made me feel, and what it revealed about our relationship. She faltered, attempted excuses, tried to laugh it off, but I stayed composed. "You don't get to dismiss me, my feelings, or my efforts," I said firmly. "Mockery behind my back doesn't erase the years I've committed to this marriage. I deserve respect, not private ridicule." Her reaction was telling. For the first time, she realized that words had consequences, that betrayal isn't just about cheating, it's about undermining trust, devaluing commitment, and attempting to manipulate perception. In the weeks that followed, I began to reclaim control over my life. I focused on work, friendships, and self-care. I learned that betrayal doesn't always announce itself with drama. Sometimes it whispers in casual, cutting comments that slowly erode trust and self-worth. And the best defense isn't confrontation alone, it's awareness, preparation, and calm assertion of your own value. By the time the dust settled, I had made my choice. I would not be diminished by her words, her attitude, or her disregard. I would move forward with dignity, quietly rebuilding the life I wanted, independent of the betrayal I had endured. Sometimes the worst thing someone can say isn't just hurtful in the moment, it's illuminating. I overheard my wife's worst words, yes, but in doing so, I also realized my own strength, my own resilience, and my own capacity to rise above betrayal. The lesson is clear. Betrayal can come in many forms, and disrespect from someone you love may be harder to endure than outright cheating. But the response is yours to choose. Calm, deliberate action, self-respect, and clarity are the ultimate counters to betrayal. In the end, I wasn't the joke she thought I was. I was the man who stood tall, who observed, who acted with dignity, and who refused to let someone else define his worth. And that realization, gained in the shadow of her worst words, was more empowering than anything else I could have imagined.